Cimoooooooo!
What's going on, guys? It's Cimo. Now today I want to bring you a discussion on Ties of the Brethren, a new card that we're getting out of the Legendary decks too, specifically in Yugi's deck as an ultra rare, which is pretty sweet. But this card is something that a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. So I'm going to go ahead and go over the effect. It's a normal spell card, and the effect reads, you pay 2,000 life points, then target one level 4 or lower monster you control. You can't special summon for the rest of the turn, and then you special summon 2 additional monsters that have the same type, level, and attribute as that monster. And then you can also not conduct your battle phase for the rest of this turn. So, that's kind of a mouthful. So, the big thing is you target a monster, and you get to summon 2 extra monsters that have the same type, level, and attribute. And why that may sound like a little bit restricting, because it really is. It's kind of hard to find, a deck that has monsters that synergize like that. There are some really good options out there for why this card is going to probably more than likely be seeing some competitive play. The first deck I wanted to go over is Magispectors. Now, Magispectors are all wind, they're all spellcasters, and they all are either level 3 or level 4. So what you can do is, for instance, you can go ahead and summon, let's say, Magispector Yada. You are going to have to play Yada because there are only 3 level 4 Magispectors, so you're going to summon Yada. Yada's going to add you a card. So what you do is then you activate Ties of the Brethren. Brethren is going to summon you out both an Ogama and a QB, and then QB and Ogama are going to trigger as well, and that's going to net you 2 more cards, pretty much turning Ties of the Brethren into a +3 in terms of card advantage. So that's really, really fucking good. Now, a lot of you might be thinking of the downside, well, I can't special summon for the rest of the turn, and I also can't conduct my battle phase. Well, if you're going first, the battle phase part is irrelevant, but essentially what you're doing is with Ties of the Brethren, is you're trading in those privileges for an insane amount of card advantage or an insane amount of stun value so that your opponent's going to have a very, very difficult time to continue playing the game. I mean, if you look at it in terms of that, starting off with a board of 3 Magispectors and then 2 Magispector traps and 1 spell, that's a pretty intimidating board, and that's not also saying that you don't have other back row as well. That's just what you got off of that 2-card combo with 1 level 4 Magispector and Ties of the Brethren. But that's not the only deck that this card is also really good in. Ties of the Brethren kind of all some older archetypes that we haven't seen in a rather long time. For instance, Bujins gain a pretty big boost from this because all Yamato, Mikazuchi, and Harume, and I guess Arasuda if you kind of want to go down that route as well, are all level 4, Beast Warrior, and Light. So what you can do is, in theory, you can summon out Harume, Mikazuchi, whatever, and then I guess Harume I think maybe only can be special summoned, but whatever the situation is, you can use one to special out Yamato and Mikazuchi, then in the end phase, Yamato will trigger getting you a card, and Mikazuchi will also trigger because Yamato triggered, getting you a Bujin Carnation. So again, it's another +3. And the thing with Bujins is they have a lot of protection. They have things like Hare, Turtle, Crane, so even though you didn't get to special summon anymore, or use your battle phase, the Bujins have a lot of built-in protection that they're going to more than likely survive until next turn. Magispectors kind of fall in that same realm as well, simply because they can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects, so on top of all the back row, you need to basically kill them by battle for them to die, plus they're pendulum monsters, so you'll just be able to pendulum them back next turn and be able to reuse their effects over and over again. Another deck that this is really good with is Satellar Knights. Now, Satellar Knights, it's really good because it basically gives you instant access to Deneb, and Deneb is kind of the heart and soul of the deck. If you summon any other Satellar Knight, you can use Ties of the Brethren to get access to Deneb, as well as Unuklahai at the same time. And why that's important is because Deneb is going to net you an extra Satellar Knight, probably Altair, but then Unuklahai can also dump a Deneb from your deck to the graveyard, setting up your Call the Haunted play so that you can Deneb on your opponent's turn, giving you even more advantage and value out of Ties of the Brethren. So again, even though you can't special summon, and you can't use your battle phase, the amount of advantage that Ties of the Brethren can help generate for you is just fucking crazy. And they pretty much just can keep going on. Rock Stun is a deck that's seen minor success in the past, but Ties of the Brethren and Rock Stun have kind of gone hand in hand because that was kind of the first deck a lot of people thought of because kind of going up against a Kawakimaru Guardian, Wall, and Sandman, and for those of you who don't know, that basically means that your opponent can negate a monster effect, a spell, and a trap, is really, really strong on top of that. And they've got so many other support cards and stun cards to go along with that, because they're usually running things like Rivalry of Warlords and things to make it to just further restrict your plays. So again, Rock Stun is another good deck that you can play Ties of the Brethren in as well. Now, another deck, and this is something that the OCG tried, is actually ABC. Now, ABC, all of the main cards are level 4, Light, and Machine. So you could theoretically throw this card into ABC. And it's kind of cool because if you have an ABC on the field, you can use Ties of the Brethren to get the other 2 pieces out. It's actually going to trigger the field spell, meaning you get to equip another one from the deck to one of those ones that you just summoned. And then the thing is, even though you don't get your battle phase or any more special summoning, you want them in the graveyard so you can summon your Dragon Buster for free. So even something as simple as that, you're getting to all your combo pieces almost immediately, and that deck runs a significant amount of back row to pretty much disrupt plays on top of the fact that you're already going to have to deal with a Dragon Buster at some point. So it's something that you can toy around with when ABC comes out in the next few weeks, but I mean, hey, the potential that Ties of the Brethren just has to be able to just gain you so much advantage, or to just put so much pressure on your opponent by stunning them and preventing them from playing the game, this is a card that I've been really looking forward to for a long time, and I think a lot of you guys have as well. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about Ties of the Brethren, and what you think of some other crazy potential that this card might have. So thank you all so much for watching the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.
Cimoooooooo!